While progressing in life, at times we feel stuck due to the lack of knowledge of how to manage our time well. Deciding how to prioritize the different facets of daily self-management gets hectic, whether it's for school students, university students, or working people. The lack of motivation, a great amount of workload, and the expectations at the academic front, in college, or at one's workplace is draining for an individual. Under such circumstances, a helping hand can instruct and support us in setting the right direction for our goals. At MentorMitr, we engage with individuals wherever they are in their journey of career development and help them learn life skills to manage complex situations while enhancing their potential and performance to optimum. Our involvement helps individuals to set the right goals and create options by following an objective process, thereby enabling them to define and manage their priorities. We help them generate self-awareness and teach them how to prioritize their time effectively. We also enhance their emotional quotient with techniques like mind mapping and dealing with success and failure to reinforce their goals and processes, while also grooming them with soft skills that are necessary for the competitive selection process, thus making them confident and prepared for success.
About happiness in life. Consider that everything that we do about life and everything that we do in life is all about eventually being happy. Happiness is the ultimate goal of life. Levels of happiness could vary, but the higher the level of happiness, the best it works.
Favorite line that I always love to talk about, and something that I love to use on myself is also that there is nothing that can't be worked on, right? Everything in this world, almost everything, right? Almost everything is something that can be worked on, could be developed, right? Could be improved. We as human beings have such amazing capabilities and capacity that once we identify a certain thing, we can definitely try to improve on the same.
If you're really, if it is paining you, probably it's not your strength area, it's a weak area, right? If maths pain you, probably maths is not your strength area. If you love talking with people, maybe communication is your strength area. So some of these things, you will know it yourself. Further, apart from that, do ask your friends. Please ask your friends, what do you think I'm really good at? And they will tell you, rattle down those 3-4 things that you're really good at. Ask your parents. And sometimes parents also tell, मेरा बेटा इसमें से बहुत अच्छा है, मेरा बेटा मैथ्स में अच्छा है, मेरा बेटा दोस्तों के साथ बहुत अच्छी तरह से रहता है. They keep telling these things oftenly without you noticing it. So whatever they repeatedly tell about you, good about you, is your strength area, right? So ask your teachers. Teachers observe you. They see your scores, they see your habits, they see your behaviors. Based on that, they will tell you what you're really good at. Second
so
thing,
what are the changes that's happened? Things that are looking very different is work from home may continue to be a way of life, because organizations have realized, people have realized that nothing, there are lots of things that can be done as well from home and possibly better. And those professions will perhaps continue to enjoy the benefit of working from home, if I might call that. Education and training have already gone digital, but there's a lot of scope of improvement. And with that, there would be a lot of training of the trainers that will come into play. We perhaps will not have to travel so much for work, because earlier we used to just take a flight for a 1-hour meeting to Chennai or for some training session to attend in Dubai. And that's
The
definitely
way I look at analyzing work or a analogy to work is more to do with your mind, where you do your all logical things, your aspirations, everything is logical.
The message here is we all have our starting points, we have our journeys, and we have our destinations. So today it might look like we're not headed anywhere, but in the end, it will all work out. So there's no need to be disheartened at all, and it is absolutely fine to be an average. The second part of the story goes where it comes about finding your own mojo. While I was an average student, I ensured just one thing. I kept my desire to learn and keep that fire inside of me ignited. Whether it was traveling, meeting new people, or even exploring new cultures, it was all about upskilling myself for me. Although while learning, I didn't really know where that was actually heading to. But then if I were to look back and think and connect the dots, I have the job that I have today only because of the skills and knowledge that I.
The time tracker app is designed to know where and how can your activities be revised and your time can be used effectively. In the time tracker template, you're supposed to input your activities and the amount of time you have spent on them. Statistical data will be provided on the basis of that, which will help your mentors to take further action. The benefits for working professional are identifying if you need changes in your time management to optimize results, helping you get clarity on goals and creating new ones if needed, identifying what creates positive energy which can be unleashed for you to maintain your work-life balance. The benefits for university students program are identifying if you need changes in your time management to optimize results, helping you identify and work on positive energy creators in your schedule, events, and people as well. Identifying areas for productivity, success, and happiness. The benefits for school students are identifying if you need changes in your time management to optimize results, helping you get clarity on goals and creating new ones if needed, helping you drive the areas of right association, acts, and creating right energy for your preparation, as well as eliminate areas where you can save time and be more productive in your work schedule.
24/7 Chatbot Access program is designed to help you sort some emergency access and avails you the 24/7 support system with qualified counselors.
The chat box is open to our learners at all times. You can clear your doubts and queries by simply dropping a question here, and we will try our best to answer them as soon as possible and to the best of our ability.
Benefits of the 24/7 Chatbot Access for working professionals are: it makes your life easier, it makes you stress-free, it helps you to avail expert advice which will help you in life to go further. Benefits of 24/7 Chatbot Access program for university students are: it helps you minimize the exam stress, it helps in finding out the life goals. Benefits of the 24/7 Chatbot Access program for school students are: it helps to reduce stress during exams, and it helps to access counseling sessions and different webinars at MentorMitr.
Environment Questionnaire, a set of questions designed with the aim to know the basis of an individual and works as a base for further action.
This is the questionnaire section. Here, you will be required to provide a few basic information about yourself, such as your current educational status, your future goals, etc. This is just to draw a precursory sketch before you begin your journey with us and our mentors.
The benefits of the Environment Questionnaire for working executives is knowing your version and work towards making it better. Gap analysis is done to find right solutions, understanding and identifying your needs from the base and working towards it, as well as knowing and identifying your goals and what needs to be done next. The benefits of the environment questionnaire for university students is knowing their version and making it better, bringing you from the zone of concern to the zone of comfort, assist you adequately using your environment and support system, as well as recognizing the needs from the very beginning and working on the same. The benefits of environment questionnaire for school students is knowing their version and making it better with an external expert view, help them leverage their environment and support system to drive them correctly, help them bridge a gap. All the constituents of our program, we also cater to the mental health of an individual, which ultimately helps an individual in case of working executives to affirm their right goals, identify their negative emotions, and create positive affirmations. Flexible counseling help reinforce behavior needed to improve the quality of life. A buddy and mentor who becomes part of your growth journey. In case of university students, it helps them deal with relationships better and put the right perspective, identifies one's negative emotions and worries and creates positive affirmations. Flexible counseling help reinforce behavior needed to improve their quality of life. For school students, it helps them deal with relationship issues better and put the right perspective to what's needed. Flexible counseling help reinforce behavior needed to improve their quality of life. A buddy, mentor who becomes a part of their growth journey and understands them when and how it's needed. So, along with all our other constituents, mental health is also considered essential and the issues are catered to.
This is the clip from a live session that we have every Friday on Instagram. Various IGTV videos from our live sessions are available where our experts from various fields have shared their insights with us. Do check out our IGTV on Instagram for wonderful and insightful discussions on various topics ranging from relationship to mental health to leadership and career building.
While progressing in life, at times we feel stuck due to the lack of knowledge of how to manage our time well. Deciding how to prioritize the different facets of daily self-management gets hectic, whether it's for school students, university students, or working people. The lack of motivation, a great amount of workload, and the expectations at the academic front in college or at one's workplace is draining for an individual. Under such circumstances, a helping hand can instruct and support us in setting the right direction for our goals. At MentorMitr, we engage with individuals wherever they are in their journey of career development and help them learn life skills to manage complex situations while enhancing their potential and performance to optimum. Our involvement helps individuals to set the right goals and create options by following an objective process, thereby enabling them to define and manage their priorities. We help them generate self-awareness and teach them how to prioritize their time effectively. We also enhance their emotional quotient with techniques like mind mapping and dealing with success and failure to reinforce their goals and processes, while also grooming them with soft skills that are necessary for the competitive selection process, thus making them confident and prepared for success.
about happiness in life, consider that everything that we do about life and everything that we do in life is all about eventually being happy. Happiness is the ultimate goal of life. Levels of happiness could vary, but the higher the level of happiness, the best it works.
Favorite line that I always, love to talk about, and something that I love to use on myself is also that, there is nothing that can't be worked on, right? Everything in this world, almost everything, right? Almost everything is something that can be worked on, could be, developed, right? Could be improved. We as human beings have such amazing capabilities and capacity that once we identify a certain thing, we can definitely try to improve on the same.
If you're really, if it is paining you, probably it's not your strength area, it's a weak area, right? If maths pain you, probably maths is not your strength area. If you love talking with people, maybe communication is your strength area. So some of these things, you will know it yourself. Further, apart from that, do ask your friends. Please ask your friends, what do you think I'm really good at? And they will tell you, rattle down those 3-4 things that you're really good at. Ask your parents. And sometimes parents also tell, मेरा बेटा इसमें से बहुत अच्छा है, मेरा बेटा मैथ्स में अच्छा है, मेरा बेटा दोस्तों के साथ बहुत अच्छी तरह से रहता है. They keep telling these things oftenly without you noticing it. So whatever they repeatedly tell about you, good about you, is your strength area, right? So ask your teachers. Teachers observe you. They see your scores, they see your habits, they see your behaviors. Based on that, they will tell you what you're really good at. Second thing,
what are the changes that's happened? Things that are looking very different is work from home may continue to be a way of life, because organizations have realized, people have realized that nothing, there are lots of things that can be done as well from home and possibly better. And those professions will perhaps continue to enjoy the benefit of working from home, if I might call that. Education and training have already gone digital, but there's a lot of scope of improvement. And with that, there would be a lot of training of the trainers that will come into play. We perhaps will not have to travel so much for work, because earlier we used to just take a flight for a 1-hour meeting to Chennai, or for some training session to attend in Dubai. And that's
the
definitely
way I look at analyzing work, or a analogy to work, is more to do with your mind, where you do your all logical things, your aspirations, everything is logical.
The message here is, we all have our starting points, we have our journeys, and we have our destinations. So today it might look like we're not headed anywhere, but in the end, it will all work out. So there's no need to be disheartened at all. And it is absolutely fine to be an average. The second part of the story goes where it comes about finding your own mojo. While I was an average student, I ensured just one thing. I kept my desire to learn and keep that fire inside of me ignited. Whether it was traveling, meeting new people, or even exploring new cultures, it was all about upskilling myself for me. Although while learning, I didn't really know where that was actually heading to. But then if I were to look back and think and connect the dots, I have the job that I have today only because of the skills and knowledge that I.
The Time Tracker app is designed to know where and how can your activities be revised and your time can be used effectively. In the Time Tracker template, you're supposed to input your activities and the amount of time you have spent on them. Statistical data will be provided on the basis of that, which will help your mentors to take further action. The benefits for working professional are identifying if you need changes in your time management to optimize results, helping you get clarity on goals and creating new ones if needed, identifying what creates positive energy which can be unleashed for you to maintain your work-life balance. The benefits for university students program are identifying if you need changes in your time management to optimize results, helping you identify and
Welcome one and all present here. Today, on such a good note, let's begin with a quote. When you believe you can, you are already halfway there. We welcome you all for today's Sunday's webinar on analyzing current career options. What are the options and the trends? 22nd August, Sunday at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Steps to avail the e-certificate. A. Attend the complete webinar. B. When you see thank you on the screen, there will appear a link to a Google attendance form in the chat box. Click to mark your attendance and get the feedback questionnaire emailed. C. Fill the questionnaire you get on mail for your details. D. Follow our page. Whether you did or not is also in the questionnaire. If you did and replied in affirmative and actually did not follow our page, you will not get the e-certificate. If all the above stated steps are followed, automatically an e-certificate will be issued online to you. Now, introducing MentorMitr. MentorMitr is basically a mentoring organization where the individuals are taken in the journey from where they are to where they aspire to be. It's a mentoring organization which has various customized courses which help an individual to optimize their performance, change their habits, and grow in their life. On such a good note, we welcome our first speaker, Miss Savira. Miss Savira, ma'am. Savira is the founder director of Manasvi Wellbeing Private Limited, which deals in career and behavioral counseling and mental well-being. She has been running this soulpreneur venture since 2010, that is 11 years from now. She believes in child and women empowerment through using various techniques like psychometric tests for career counseling, CBT, neuro-linguistic programming, and transactional analysis for behavioral counseling. She generally follows the genuine method of communication between the client and her. This method requires open communication. She's an MD and has done the International Diploma in Guidance and Counseling from NCRT, NLP certified from Richard Bangalore, and Tarot card reading too. Her company motto is to create happy, healthy, and successful human being. She's an economics graduate from RSR and has done the PG Diploma in International Marketing from Delhi School of Economics. Today, she would like to talk about the emerging careers for in the current times. We welcome you, Ms. Savira.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. As the huge introduction has already been given about me, so I will just start right from where I'm supposed to, which is talking about the emerging careers in management. These are the careers that do not require math. It's very important to understand that math is not important for certain management careers, because the concept is that every management career requires math, because you have to sit for an exam which requires you to clear a basic minimum of math and English. But that is only class 10 level math. After that, you do not really require math. So what is the career that is top of the line right now? It's the event manager. What do you mean by event manager? Of course, everybody knows an event manager manages an event. But what is it? It involves visualizing concepts and planning, budgeting, organizing, and executing events such as fashion shows, music concerts like Adele concerts, corporate seminars, exhibitions all over the world are some of the examples. But it could be any event. It could even be a wedding planner. This career does not require much investment and offers a huge canvas for creative expression. I would like to take you to some more careers which are emerging now. So the current career trends that we are trying to follow are the following. The first one is data science. I'm sure all of you have heard of data science. The world is shaping according to the latest trends, and one such trend in the modern world is data scientists. What are data scientists? This is the most sought after career. From multinational companies to small startups, every organization requires a data scientist for proper use of the huge amount of data that is generated and is stored in particular places. There is a broad scope for this, Wherever there is analysis required, wherever there are trends that have to be read, a data scientist is somebody who is required. So please gear up and become a data scientist. What is the other career? The other career is artificial intelligence. So what is AI? It's these robots also, but beyond that, it is a branch of computer science concerned with building smart machines capable of performing human intelligence like jobs. So the ideal characteristic of artificial intelligence is its ability to rationalize and take actions that have the best chance of achieving a specific goal. Now, what would be AI? For example, it would be somebody who talks to you. For example, Alexa, Siri, all these are AI, right? Robotics is another great opportunity right now. It's considered high-end professional career in India and also abroad, right? There is a great demand for robotics engineers in gaming industry, in manufacturing units as well. Right now in the pandemic, gaming industry has really caught up. People are playing games left, right, and center, and it's one of the industries which has really done well. If the candidate has good merit records, then they can find themselves in top profiles in ISRO, in NASA, and all these interesting places, right? The robo can also do your vacuum cleaning. Creating an app, I think all of you know applications on the phone. According to many IT recruiters and managers, the demand for mobile app developers far exceeds the supply at the moment. Over the next few years, the market for mobile app developers is expected to grow substantially. In fact, by 2020, as many as 3 lakh new mobile app developer roles will be created. So this is the place to go, guys, right? Creating an app. Besides creating an app, what is it that you can do? So there are several other careers that we can look at. Let's move to the next slide and see the next careers. Healthcare. We all cannot emphasize enough, under the COVID regime, I call it, how much healthcare is important. Now, working in the healthcare, you can do so even without a degree. You might think you need a college degree to work in a field like this, although many employers do look for prior experience or certificates to fill in healthcare jobs. Some entry-level hospital jobs and healthcare positions require none at all. So you can become a healthcare worker even without any degree and help a lot of people, save lives. It's an amazing and noble career to take up, right? Moving on to the next one, which is something in which we are again talking about health, but it's alternative health. So what is alternative health? It is things like yoga, Ayurveda in India. We even have alternative health as in isobars, in crystallography, in which you read the aura of people and figure out if they're going to fall sick even before they are. So complementary and alternative healthcare and medical practices, SCAM, is a group of diverse medical and healthcare systems, practices, and products that are not presently considered to be a part of conventional medicine. But the list of these are changing continually as CAM practices and therapies that are proven safe and effective become accepted by the mainstream. For example, acupressure, acupuncture, physiotherapy, these are all alternative health which have been accepted into the mainstream. These are careers that you can look at. They're diploma courses, and they might even be short courses like 3-month courses in some countries and in some cities. Moving on to the next one. Mental well-being, my favorite. This is what I do. It's defined as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential, can cope with normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, is able to make a contribution to his or her society. But what is mental well-being? It is being sure that mental health of the person is okay. Especially in COVID times and post-COVID times, we are really going to look at this as a very good career option, because people who are in this field are working with the mind, and mind is as important as your physical body. So mental well-being is going to really take off. We must look at this as a very real career. If you open any Instagram apps, if you look at anything that is there, most of them are talking about mental health. Most of them. And they're using cartoons, they're using all kinds of ways in which to communicate that mental health is as important, if not more important, than physical health. So this is another career you can look at. Yes, moving on to the next one. Now, these are niche careers, but this is not an exhaustive list. This is just a small little list to tell you that these are careers that are comfortable or suitable in your life or employment, denoting or relating to products, services, or interests that appeal to a small, specialized section of the population. For example, I'll give you an example. The example might be a boutique hotel. It might also be a specific yoga program. It might be designing cars. These are all niche careers. These are careers that are very, very specialized, but you get a job immediately in these careers. So guys, if you are looking for a job change, these are the careers that you need to look at, because you can reskill and you can do very well in these careers, because there are very few people who are working in these careers. These careers are very focused towards individuals, right? And yes, you can move to the next slide and I can tell you which are the careers in that. So there are healthcare, information technology, mobile media, data mining. We talked about data scientists. Though the scientists are there to analyze the trends. Data mining is you use data, right? And you can put your promotions on that, and you can do all kinds of work with that. Embedded engineering, teaching English as a foreign language, a second language, a first language, whatever, any kind of linguistics. So you could be teaching French, you could be teaching English, Spanish, German. If you just learn a language, and a language takes about 6 months, a semester to learn. And within 2 to 3 years, you're qualified enough to teach. And this is a wonderful way. You can travel all over the world if you learn a language. You can also become an interpreter in various states. For example, if somebody wants to go to Japan, and he doesn't know Japanese, but he knows English, and you know Japanese. So you know Japanese and English, so you can interpret for the person. So interpreters are also very highly paid. You can also work in exhibitions. You can work in various other places. Right, we can move on to the next slide. Now, what are the new things which are going to become important in the post-pandemic era? So I had attended a lecture and it was emphasized to me that critical thinking, analytical thinking, and crucial conversations are going to be the new mantras. Now, what do you mean by critical thinking? A person who makes a reasoned judgment that's logical and well thought of. We all know about critical thinking, but what is this required for? It might be required for a job that you really need to be logical about. You need to create an app, you need to create a robotics or AI. You need critical thinking. You also need analytical thinking. You have to use the critical and the analytical thinking in tandem with each other. What about crucial conversations? Sometimes you get stuck. You go into a depression spiral. And how do you get out of it? You get out of it by taking up crucial conversations. You cannot avoid certain conversations. And mostly all of us try to do that. So mental health, mental well-being is really deeply connected with crucial conversations. So these are discussions between two or more people where the stakes are high and opinions differ, emotions also run strong, and the outcome significantly impacts your life. And there's a significant risk of negative consequences. What are these conversations like? Okay, I need to change my job. I've lost my job. I need to change my job. How am I going to go about it? I need to have a crucial conversation with my family, with my well-wishers, with my colleagues, with myself. How am I going to go about it? I need to draw up a list of pros and cons. What is it that I need to do to reskill? What is it that I need to study? How much is the investment going to be? Will I need to put in a lot of money, or just with a little bit of money, I can move into a different and completely satisfying new career. I call these the second inning careers, right? We can go on to the next slide. This is the MentorMitr website. I think you can see all the details that are there. But before I leave you, I want to, ask if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to, interact in any way, ask anything. Can we put it in the chat box, Krisha? Is that a
Yes,
possibility?
Savita ma'am, we have requested all the participants to put their concerns on chat box and we'll be happy to take them at the end. All the participants are required to do so.
All right, great.
Mr. Veera, this is Anil here. I just
Yes.
wanted you to cover a bit on what would you suggest somebody who feels that his or her current skills aren't there and they need to reskill themselves. What would you tell them?
Okay, so if I say that you need to reskill, what does it mean? For example, you need to relook at what are your strengths. What are your strengths? What is it that drives you? What is your passion? What is it that you want to achieve in your life? So, to reskill, that is very important. To look at right now, how much investment is needed, first of all. How long is the course? Do I have the core competency for that course? Do I need to go in for a longer training period or a shorter one? For example, I'll tell you, there are many courses which are there on Coursera, which is online. And, you could even learn hypnotherapy in 3 months and go in and work with a psychiatrist. This is just an example. There are many such courses of computers that you can learn, of basics in data science, and then go in for a longer course. So reskilling is extremely important right now. A lot of people are becoming home chefs because they realize that they are very good at cooking, and they can provide food for a lot of people. Though people are not having big parties, people are providing for the home because they're working from home. They need a little bit of help with the cooking. So home chefs are doing very, very well right now. People in the travel trade are not doing too well right now, but it will pick up. So you could even look at that, to understand if you want to become a travel writer. You could even learn the skills of writing and then take it up. And then start traveling once the world opens up and start writing. You can even go online and do a lot of research and help certain companies who require that research. Strategic thinking can be done. So a lot of reskilling can be done sitting at home also, even without moving out anywhere. I hope I've answered your question, Anil.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
If anybody else
Thank you
has
so much, Savita ma'am. We
You're
will take you again at the end for sure. For now, I'll continue with our website. Now introducing our MentorMitr's website. You can pay a visit to MentorMitr's website at www.mentormitr.com. MentorMitr is a platform that systematically creates a program-based approach to enable students and working people to define their goals clearly and follow a method to achieve those predictably. Our focus area includes time management, goal settings, soft skills, priority management, emotional quotient, performance enhancement, and a lot more to do. Visit the website at www.mentormitr.com to infer more insights for the same. There are a few courses which I would like to introduce. There is Program for Working Professionals, which has a duration for 1 month or 3 months. Program for School Students with 12 months, 3 months, or 1 month. Program for University Students with 3 months or 1 month. These are some of the courses. Going on in detail with a few, programs for working professionals include Compass Pro course, which includes 1 month of engagement, which has features like time tracker, which is very useful, a self-awareness program, flexible counseling session with mentors, more features like free access to the webinar during the month. Programs for the other programs are counseling counseling session, competitive ability mapping, structured customized counseling one-to-one, time tracker, traction options, templates, our support, and more features as well. These are the programs for university students. Moving on ahead with program for school students, there is Compass course for direction setting with 1 month of engagement, which includes flexible counseling sessions and AI-based psychometric assessment, competitive ability, and environment mapping as well. We have our MentorMitr's website. You guys can all visit. We have our app on Google Play Store as well, where you can just type in MentorMitr and you can all download our app. The link is also right here. The other option is grab your phones and quickly scan the QR code so that you're not late and you have the MentorMitr right app with you. Presenting you our app and few features of that. The app I said is available on Play Store. You can download as of now only on Android and not iOS. The download is free of cost, but the programs are paid inside. The app is available in countries like India, Philippines, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Italy, Malaysia, Nepal, Russia, Spain, and Thailand. And we aim to move it forward to other countries as well. Kindly download our app and get help in your career. If you have any queries with the app, please feel free to contact us or drop a mail at contact@mentormitra.com or connect@mentormitra.com. We now introduce and welcome our second speaker for the day, Mr. Pradeep Kumar. Pradeep Kumar is a commerce graduate and associate member of Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of India and served large MNC like Sony Digital, GE, over 40 years career and founded SynchroSurf 14 years back in May 2008, a social enterprise engaged in skill development, providing unemployed school, college dropouts, vocational skill development training, certification, placements, and improving their livelihood. SynchroServe has achieved training and placement of more than 1,75,000 students over 13 years and journey towards 5 lakh is on SynchroServe is a leading contributor to Skill India. Mission Dream Project of PM of India. Nama is father, one son and one daughter and his spouse a house engineer. Nama lives and works from Hyderabad city of India. Mentoring is a passion that Nama was pursuing over last 40 years. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you for a nice introduction. And let's get started. So if we can put up the presentation and all right. So I have watched some of the previous programs of MentorMitr, and I'm sure people who are watching this are familiar with that. I'm starting with an assumption that you as a student or a person thinking of a second career in life have decided your career path. Okay. So I'm not going to be delving into what paths are available, assuming that you have a starting point and you also have a destination in mind and your heart based on your own dream and discussions with your mentor and other people who are interested in you. So you have a path in mind. If that is done, now next question is, how do I reach my destination as speedily as possible? So for that journey, what's the key skills that are needed for you? Is not an exhaustive suggestion, but some top skills which has already proven to people who have had a successful career. So we will discuss that. Next, please. Next slide, please. Well, some of the skills are specific, like Savira ma'am mentioned, data science or physiotherapy or a chosen line. You need a technical skills. So that is very specific to a given trade. And there are generic. Whether you are a doctor, lawyer, engineer, data scientist, mobile app developer, irrespective, there are some generic skill inventory that is needed to be happy and successful in life. So these two words themselves are a ocean you must explore in your life. What's happiness and what is success? There is no one definition that fits all. The definition of happiness differs for the same person from time to time. The definition of success itself undergoes tremendous amount of definition changes for the person from time to time, and hence along your journey of life you will discover and explore what they mean. So let's restrict ourselves to focus on generic skills inventory. And when I say generic skills, there are plenty in generic category itself. In that, a few we will discuss because of the time limit that we have with us in today's webinar. Well, top there is a spiritual alignment. We'll talk about it in bit of detail. Communication skills, problem solving skills, relationship skills. In my endeavor today, I'm going to spend more time on spiritual and touch other three. So I'll introduce you to the subject. You can have a journey of your own. What does spiritual alignment mean? What does it mean? So each one of us may have our own perception of this world called spiritual. Is it God? Is it to do with religion? Or is it more than that? I'm sure every human has this question or a confusion in their mind. Is everything matter in this world? Meaning whatever my five sensory perception, like your eyes and ears and nose and skin and whatever this can reach, that only exists, that only is the world? Or is there a world that my eye is not able to see, but it exists? With these questions, science has made several tests, and just to briefly mentioning Higgs boson, collidron test, scientists have come to a conclusion that there is something called God particle. What does it mean? From nothing, something gains mass, and we don't know what it is, but there it is. So that's what science has come to a conclusion that there is something more than the matter that operates in the world. Let us say, for simplification, we'll say what created you is a creative force. And when you are aligned with that creating force, we can call ourselves spiritually aligned. So let's understand what that force is all about. If you see a creation, understand there is a creator. That is the first rule of creation. The second rule of creation is creator is part of the creation. Then third rule of creation is you remove the creator from the creation, nothing exists. So let's take a quick example to understand this particular rules of creation. If there is a golden or let's say mud pot, so then this creation mud pot, obviously there is a creator. So somebody made it, and that let us say without mud we cannot make a mud pot. Suppose you remove the mud from the pot, then what exists? Nothing. So this example is sufficient to understand, to establish that there is something more than the matter that we call spiritual, which drives us. So we have to take that into account. So I'll give you one example of people who realized this. Someone who all of you know, Steve Jobs, everybody knows. He is one of the most successful individual in this entire planet Earth of 7.8 billion people who accomplished a lot in his life. And he is known for his creativity. If you look at, he had traveled to India and spent time with a yogi by name Neem Karoli Baba. I am not here to promote that Baba, but after he came and then got his spiritual alignment, how important it is, he learned from that yogi, he went back. and he pursued a lot of things in his life and become successful to an extent that Mark Zuckerberg, who's the Facebook founder, Steve Jobs was the mentor, and he said, I'm going through some unexplicable confusion in my life. What should I do? And very clearly, he mentioned that you take the help. So you have to align yourself spiritually. So how do you do that? So here is an affirmation that can help you align yourself with universe. So day by day, in every way, I am becoming most and more healthy, wealthy, loving, blissful, spiritual. So you can repeat this to yourself, and that can help you in terms of your alignment. Moving to next. May I request you to move to the next slide, please? Yeah. Okay. So communication skills. Most of us relate communication skills to speaking, writing, reading, but it is proven that it is 5% of the entire communication that happens. 95% communication is through body language, which is an unspoken language, meaning you are observing and you are judging and you are concluding and you are making up your mind about various things that happens in interaction. In today, everybody is in virtual world, but at least when you meet people and we come together either in school, college, or in workplace, in meetings, based on how each one position themselves bodily, you read something about it. So that's extremely important. You have to develop certain awareness and interpretation based on what they mean. Are they supportive? Are they negative? Are they opposing you? Are they supporting you? Can be known through the body language themselves. So what is not gaining so much of awareness when it comes to communication skills is a listening skills. And you will find that listening has a much larger role to play in success of your life and career than your ability to speak. Can we say those people who can't speak well can't have a good careers? We may have plenty of examples which are contrary to that, because they may be very good in listening, because listening leads to better comprehension of what seems to be the subject of discussion. More you listen, more you understand, and better you understand, the outcomes that will come out of that listening and understanding is going to speed up your careers. Well, many a time we feel that more I speak, then I have done more communication. That may be a myth. It is better to understand that more than speaking, it is listening. And also, whatever we speak, whether we can make a statement or we can ask a question. Question proven to be a better alternative than making statements, because questions, what they do when you ask, especially a open-ended question, makes the other person think. When other person thinks about what you have said as a proposition, they are likely to come to a better conclusion. So from that context, questions you can ask as 90% of the time, 10% you can always make statements. Questioning is different from asking a question. Questioning means you are challenging the authority of the person asking the question. That is counterproductive. It is asking a clarificatory question or to seek more details about the subject that we are discussing. That may be helpful. So that's communication skills. Anyone who spends time to improve their listening skills likely to hugely build up themselves towards the success. Can we move to the next slide, please? May I request you to move to the next slide? Yeah. One of the very critical skills that irrespective of the rank where you are in the hierarchy of leadership or management is a problem solving skills. I suppose it should start from the school, college itself, but mostly people develop this skill through life's experience. One thing is for sure is problems are very real and they are here to stay. Every breathing moment, we are likely to encounter problems. Then what are the options for us? If we hate problems, we are going to make our life more difficult to deal with. So what is the alternative available? So we should look at problems. The very word problem itself, we should replace with the challenges. Because human mind and general human psychology, we all like challenges. We all want to challenge the status quo also. So problem versus challenge, the issue underneath may be same, but the moment you say, I have a challenge versus I have a problem, the word problem is a pretty disempowering word, which kinds of takes away your energy. But the moment you say, I have a challenge, that kind of you like it, so it kind of energizes you. It's a state of empowerment. When we look at problem solving, always most people get stuck in life. They feel that one problem has one solution, and that's a very limiting thinking. In truth, one problem has unimaginable number of ways it can be solved. To our mind, we may be able to think of 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways of solving the same problem. But because we put ourselves in a very low in energy kind of a situation, we are not taking time to ask ourselves, okay, one way of solving is this. Okay, what about the second? Okay, what about the third way of solving? What about fifth way of solving? If we are able to develop many solutions, honestly, the solutions pre-exist. See, we are in 2021, but billions of years people have lived on this planet, faced these problems, very same that you and me are facing. They have passed on as well. So which means they have found a way to solve them. So we should simply be searching, looking for them and evaluate them, and then, well, apply them. So what is critical to the entire thing is you are the answer. If you are able to take that position saying that problems welcome, I know solutions exist, I am going to search and I'm going to select one from many options I have, and I'm going to apply. So the moment you develop this particular way of looking at life, develop that skill, develop that attitude, you are going to rock. That is for sure. Can we have the next slide, please? Well, relationship skills, this is like a continuous journey till last breath. We can only get started here, but you need to make efforts to improve on this aspect all your life. Diversity is beautiful. Why do we say that? If you get a bouquet, if it has only one color, you will love it to some extent. But if that bouquet has several colored flowers, that makes it beautiful. The same way, all of us do not think the same way. So everybody has their own mind, everybody has their own life experience, everybody has completely different impressions in their mind. That is all that they have seen, heard, felt from their birth. So they do not think exactly the same way as you. But our first reaction as humans, when somebody is thinking different from us, is anger. So we hate diversity. We want to kind of remove differences in thinking. We want only one way of thinking. It leads to a level that my way or highway, and those things become a major roadblock in our careers and in life. So hence developing a relationship skills where it says that, yeah, diversity is beautiful. Let there be different thinking and different thoughts and feelings. Let it come. So that's where it starts. Then what happens? You will be leading to listening to the other's point of view. Then accept the views of other people. Accepting is different from agreements. If we don't accept, what we are likely to do is we will interrupt and we will not let them complete. So that is not going to be helpful. So let's accept. Let's respect the view because they have a very strong reason why they say what they say. So obviously, if we say that we will not respect, we will lose. Then obviously there are some rules on that may help you. How do we handle the relationship part of it? Whenever we have these situations that could be with parents, that could be with colleagues, other students, bosses, three rules that helps is: one, change the changeable. If something I can do to change the situation, welcome. Try and change it. You be the change. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. Next option is accept the unchangeable. Today it was raining. There is nothing I can do to change it to shiny. So accept it. And same way, somebody else has a very adamant approach and you are unlikely to influence and change. Accept it. Say you say that that is not possible. I can't accept. Then move away from the situation. That's the third option. But being there and going through the pain and causing further pain, that only can damage the relationship and not enhance the relationships. So in summary, life means key relationships. You cannot have excellent, outstanding relationships, thousands in number. Not possible. They are all a handful. And identify those key relationships, invest in them, nurture them, and where you spend energy and time, nurture, that's what will grow. Mentor is one such relationship, lifelong you will need. So you can always find a mentor and invest in that relationship, continue the relationship, and keep checking. And don't think always you will learn from mentor. There are many a time mentor will learn from the conversations with you. So it's a two-way street. It is never one way. So obviously both the people, mentor, mentee, have something to gain through these conversations. So I wrap up here. So thank you for listening to me. And if any questions are there, I'll be very happy to take them at appropriate moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to take the questions ahead. Now the first question is for you, ma'am, Savita ma'am. Ma'am, the question says, how do you determine what is the appropriate age to take your change in career? Can you do it in your 20s, 30s? Is there a specific age?
Okay, this is a very interesting question because I have personally changed my career 3 times at different ages in my life. So the first career change that I made, it was in my 20s. The second career change that I made, it was in my 30s. And the third career change that I made, it was in my 40s. So whenever you decide to wake up, like my name, Tabhi Savera hai, right? You need to wake up and there will be dawn and there will be a new beginning. So the new beginning can happen at any age. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So would you like to weigh in and add anything?
Yeah, if I may be allowed my 2 cents. If you look at life of Kentucky Fried Chicken founder Colonel Sanders, at what age he got the recipe and he went on to build a company. My understanding is past 80s, he had a new career as businessman. So I suppose that should inspire a lot.
Correct. Thank you so much, Pradeep sir, to add that. Absolutely. There is another dancer that I know. She was the wife of Kabir Baby, and I think she learned dancing at a very late age, maybe in her 50s. And usually they say you can learn dancing only at, a very tender age, say below 10 years of age. So there is really no age to start in your career.
Okay, thank you so much, Sabina ma'am and sir. The next question is, which job industry is doing better now and has chances to gear up by 2025? Any ideas on that?
Oh yes, all the industries that I've mentioned. Event management has been there for a long time. So event management is something which remains constant, because events are happening all the time. So all these industries, that is robotics, AI, mental well-being, spiritual health, all these are going to be doing very well in 2025. Definitely. I think Pradeep sir might agree with me on this.
Yeah. Well said. I agree. The world is taking a direction. Some of the job roles that you have mentioned are highly in demand. To add to what you have mentioned, Savira ma'am, is entrepreneurs are needed till world will end one day or it will continue. Okay.
Correct.
Entrepreneurial careers, there is no end. There is no start date. There is no expiry date. Job seekers, so long as they are there, they are all expecting jobs to be created, and jobs are actually created by customers. So if you really watch what products and what services human beings are consuming, somebody has to make them and make it available to them when they want, where they want, how they want, like that. So if it is so, entrepreneurial careers, there is no expiry date at all, and there is no top limit at all. And if n number of people who are entrepreneurs today, if it becomes double, triple, quadruple, or 10x, 20x, million x, welcome. Everyone has opportunity to be an entrepreneur. For example, a data scientist job, one person can look for a big corporation like IBM to hire you as a data scientist. Or you say, I am a data scientist, a freelancer, I am starting a boutique, and you will be now employing two people. You will get an assignment from big company and you will have SLAs, you deliver, and then they would like to give more work to you. So what started as two people boutique suddenly will have 20 and 200 and 2000, who knows? So entrepreneurial skills and entrepreneurial careers are unending, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct, Pradeep sir. And just to add to what Pradeep sir is saying, the niche careers that I talked about, those are also mainly entrepreneurial, right? They're the ones who want to create a niche for themselves, a specific area of competence. So, in anything, if you have a specific area of competence, you can become an entrepreneur in that area and you can start offering your services in freelance mode, just as Pradeep sir has mentioned. So, I think that is something which was really wonderful. Self reliance, opening your own venture, something like I have done. I'm a solopreneur. So I call myself a solopreneur, but basically I'm an entrepreneur who has decided to go solo. So I work for myself. So that is basically self employed. And I think it would be wonderful if the whole world becomes self employed. Correct? I hope that answers. Krisha, do we have any more questions?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Savita ma'am. The next question I would like to ask is, can critical thinking be developed? If yes, then how? So even you
Yes.
can win.
Yes. I think Pradeep sir should answer this first because I've been answering all first.
No, the viewers need to get their value and answers end of the day, whoever
Absolutely.
gives it. See, critical thinking is an area one can go through systematic training. So I'm sure YouTube kind of a medium must be having unbelievable amount of options in terms of how do I systematically develop critical thinking skills. So yes, if somebody is feeling, oh my God, I was not born with that, what do I do? Certainly there is a hope. Anyone with an
Absolutely.
interest to critical thinking can develop.
Correct. When I used to be teaching the MBA course, to enter into an MBA, the first thing that they ask you is critical thinking in even the verbal section. Verbal is the English section. So they want to know whether if you're put in the spot, will your brain start working? Do you have the presence of mind to start thinking on your feet? And this is partly learned and partly it is instinctive, right? So whatever training you do, it just develops or hones that skill, right? It's just like, you learn swimming. You know that, in the water, you can remain floating if you know how to swim. Similarly, we are all built up in such a way. Like my motto is, if one man can reach the moon, all of us can reach the moon. So critical thinking is something like that. All of us have it, but we need to hone it. We need to learn the ways to handle it.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pradeep sir. And ma'am, the next question I would like to take is, how do I keep the momentum in reality? How to stay motivated despite all distractions and negative surroundings?
I think Pradeep sir has mentioned something really beautiful about that. He has mentioned about spiritual alignment, which I also believe in. You need to keep saying the positive affirmations, like he mentioned a positive affirmation. It could be as simple a positive affirmation as you get out of bed and you say, I'm the best, or I love myself. Self love is so, so important. It really motivates you. Whenever you feel depressed, like I'm totally in the mental well being field, and I feel that, if you manage to give yourself that space to think that you can do something, you will be able to do something. So, keeping yourself motivated, I think, is one of the most important things today. Ikigai is something that I teach people. Ikigai basically translates into what is it that makes you jump out of bed every morning and say, okay, I can take on the world, right? So, as Pradeep sir said, spiritual alignment and having the confidence within yourself to say, I can take on the world. Yes, Pradeep sir, if you would like to add anything.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. See, motivation is a combination of two words, motive and action. So fundamentally, like she said, when I wake up bed, I can roll out of the bed or I can jump out of the bed. Okay, now spiritual alignment, I can speak a lot for whatever reasons or awareness. What is the biggest gift that the Creator has given to us is ability to make a choice. The animals, plants, they don't have it. If an elephant was born in Africa, its life grows, ends in African jungle. It's over. But for human being, you may be born in Uganda, studied in Egypt, pursuing career in London, settle ultimately in America, then go to Japan regularly for your business pursuit. So this is ability to choice making, which is given to humans. That's the biggest gift. Actually, we are not aware. If we develop that awareness, suddenly you will behave very differently as humans. Number two, every choice has a consequence. Now, while choices are born out of your intelligence, consequences are born out of existential intelligence. You can call it God, you can give a form, name, you may worship, all that is your choice. There is no superior, inferior God per se, because a creating force, we attached a name, that's all. That is called God. Your God, my God, somebody else's God. Neither you are a salesman for your God, nor I am a salesman for my God. But what is needed to be understood is the consequence is not out of my intelligence. It is out of universal intelligence. So what happens? Nobody leaves home saying that let there be an accident today. I want to break my leg. I don't think anybody has such a motive or a goal, with which they start. But you start driving, something happens, you meet with an accident, and that is a consequence you just suffered out of intelligence which is beyond you. But now, what needs to be that moment is remembering that I am a choice-making machine. You have to immediately call ambulance, go to hospital, and get treated and get well soon and get back on your feet. That is your choice making. So every time you face a consequence which is not of your liking, if you are able to make counter choices, yes, then whatever spiritual alignment that I spoke and whatever madam spoke, right, that is needed. You are only a partner with your creating force. You take the action, you write one sentence, the balance will be completed by your creating force. You are not alone, you are a partner. So, which means you fix a goal, you start the journey, but remember that there is someone who is always with you to carry you through. Remember, involve that partnership. So, what you call impossible is possible for your partner. So, why would you want to leave those options on the table? So when we say spiritual alignment, that is what we mean. Recognize that something that you can't see, which is creating force, is with you, inside you, around you, everywhere. If it is so, why would you not make creating force your partner? That is all spiritual alignment means. Don't confuse it with the God, name, religion, all that. It is what you can't see drives you.
Absolutely.
And that what you can't see is called creative force or nature or whatever universal intelligence, whatever you want to call, you call for according to your convenience. But involve that invisible partner in everything you do. Well, you are rich, you have a superpower with you as a partner. Why will you fail? That is the motivation you can talk about.
Thank you, ma'am and sir, for highlighting the meaning of ikigai and motivation. Moving to the next question, the question is as follows. While taking the career, we always have a doubt if we will enjoy working in the same field or will I be able to perform it better. How can one stay motivated in this situation?
So, remaining in the same field is always an option if you are feeling motivated. If you feel that I can make a difference, whatever I do encourages me to go ahead and do something more, then please do stay in that same field. But if you feel that that field is saturated or that field is a field which will not help you any longer, the growth has stopped in that field, then you need to look at other alternatives. You cannot stay in a stagnant position. You need to move forward. Always. Whatever you do, the more that you think of moving ahead in a different direction, the better it will be for you in your career. That is what I feel.
Yeah, just to add to what ma'am mentioned, you see, there are things when you do, you experience absolute happiness. And there are things when you do, you feel you hate it. You don't want to do it. Somebody from outside you forcing you to do it. This is good enough to know where you should be pursuing your career. The one where 8, 10, 12, 14 hours I am going to spend waking up moments pursuing something which I call a career, I am not enjoying, I am not happy, I am not blissful, I am not in peak state of energy, I am not ecstatic about it, I am not feeling any energy about it, then please vacate that space. That is not where you should be. You this is not a fixed answer that me or Savira ma'am can give you that this is right for you. You should be doing this. Sorry if you are looking for such a shortcut answers. You need to ask yourself, where is my heart? Now you may be, thinking that some people, their careers, they hate it and they are doing, but wrong. For example, there are professionals who are in retail sales. They know that maximum sales happens in malls in Saturday and Sunday. Imagine somebody in sales profession, oh, I hate it. I have to work on Sunday and I have to stand the whole day in retail mall explaining Apple Watch or Samsung Watch, something like that. They wouldn't last 1 week. Forget about starting as a sales engineer, become sales manager and become DGM sales, then general manager sales and head of sales, then VP sales and director sales. And there is no career and a path and achievement, because they know their job involves this, which is interacting with people, making the buying of that goods or service a pleasurable experience, and they are giving pleasure to those people, and they feel that, yeah, I like this. When somebody buys a new Apple phone and that brings big smile on their face, that happened to be weekend and I was in the retail store, they would love it. So I think Pile was once asked, saying that you will get paid for playing football. It shocked the wits out of him. He said, you mean for playing football you'll pay me money? So he made his passion his career, and hence every moment he spent, even today, he enjoys. So I hope you guys got the answer.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so Thank you so much, ma'am and sir, for your time. This really helped us a lot. We are pleased to hear you. I would like to thank all our speakers as well as the audience for giving us their time and support. Thank you for attending and engaging in today's webinar. Before concluding the webinar, lastly, I would like to repeat the steps to avail the e-certificate. A. Attend the complete webinar. B. When you see thank you on the screen, there will appear a link to a Google Attendance form in the chat box. Click to mark your attendance and get the feedback questionnaire emailed. Fill the questionnaire you get on mail for your details. Follow our page, whether you did or not, is also in the questionnaire. If you did and replied in affirmative and actually did not follow our page, you will not get the e-certificate. If all the above stated steps are followed, automatically an e-certificate will be issued to you within 24 to 48 hours. Thank you everyone. You can get in touch with us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also visit our website and email us with your queries, feedback, or suggestion. We are here to help you with the right guidance. Thank you for attending the webinar. Once again, I would like to thank you, ma'am and sir, for giving us an insightful session.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to interact with all you people. And it's good to feel the young energy. It's good to feel that people are really wanting to make a change in their careers. Thank you so much for attending this webinar.
Thank you, ma'am.